Hey, what's going on out there, YouTube family? This is Sammy Leggett here representing Team JVS, here to give you guys another review straight from TIFF 2023. We had the honor of being able to go on site, check out amazing films from different artists and different filmmakers, and we are going to be talking about now Dix, the musical. Now, me and my co-host Lucas will be doing two separate reviews for this, but this is mine. This is directed by Larry Charles. This is starring Josh Sharp and Aaron Jackson. They are also the writers, but they are also the main characters. They're Craig and Trevor. Josh is playing the role of Craig. Aaron's playing the role of Trevor. They've got Nathan Lane in this one. They've got Megan Mullally. They've got Megan Thee Stallion. They've got Tom Kenny in this one. They've got a huge lineup of cast, but this is, at its core, actually a musical. Now, I'm going to kind of break down the things that I liked about this film and things that I felt very interestingly estranged and at the same time it's weird about. Because the movie in and of itself is a musical, and the musical numbers, like whether it's the vocal musical numbers, whether it's the set designs, whether it is the dancing, like it is on it. They're doing so much with very little. Like some of the stages that they kind of set up in like certain scenarios, like these musical numbers, they just are so seamless. Part of that is off of the backs of the acting of Josh and Aaron, where they actually seem very comfortable with each other. They work very close together. But then you have the backdrop storyline, which basically is Craig and Trevor find each other within the same exact firm. Come to find out they're twins, identical twins, even though they don't exactly look exactly alike. And they've never known their respective mother or father. And what their idea is, because they are the best of their company and they've been succeeding, but what they've always both wanted was the semblance of family. And so what they want to do is bring their father and mother together. Now, this is the interesting thing. Nathan Lane plays the role of the dad, Harris. And Harris at this current time has been fine all on his own. He's got two adoptive kids that are technically mutants. Best way I can kind of put it. And he's also a homosexual man, so he has he doesn't have the time, and then two, he doesn't feel anything for their mother. And then Evelyn, she's not left her house in God knows how long, and she could care less about anyone but the certain inanimate objects in her house. And so there strikes Josh and Aaron, or Craig and Trevor's, task of trying to get them back together. Now, again, this is a huge cast. Megan Thee Stallion plays the role of Gloria. She is Craig and Trevor's new boss. They're trying to challenge them and bringing them to a certain point. This is a crazy musical. Again, I think that the musical numbers, the set designs are great. I think they're seamless. I think the actual musical numbers are really good. I think Nathan Lane and Megan are amazing in their respective performances, as well as their characters. I actually gravitate to their characters more than anything. Like, I actually think their characters are very interesting because they're so flawed. And there's something about also being a parent where if you aren't careful, you leave trauma, legacy, and at the same exact time, a need for your children. If you don't reciprocate it the right way, if you don't make time for it the right way, that can easily be something that will bring them into a negative space. And both of the characters have to reconcile what that actually means for both of these very accomplished men, but men that don't know who they are. And so they're still living in the past. So with me, I thought that those were the strong points of this. Again, this is where it gets really interesting for me. Now, I told you that the dad, Harris, has like two adoptive sons that are literally, I think he calls them sewer kids. They literally are mutants, essentially. And it's so weird and jarring and extra. The other thing is that there's a person that's playing the role of God, and they they do some very interesting things with their portrayal of a higher power. And if depending on who you are, it can be very offensive. It's the best way I can kind of put it. As much as I think that the musical numbers are great, I think that the characters are very interesting. And again, this is from Larry Charles, who did Borat, who did Bruno. Like, you can imagine he could care less about offending anybody. But this absolutely does have certain moments that are levels of offense. And part of it surrounds, their depiction of God, and also from a moral compass standpoint, there's certain things they do with the relationships in this. It's not even just like the sexual scenes, because it is rated R. There are definitely explicit scenes and nudity and things that are going on, but it's certain relationships that I as much as it's funny, I think it actually comes across really intentional. And so because of that, it makes it really hard to gauge this for me, emotionally looking at it and trying to receive it. It's kind of like a question: would I go and watch this musical again? No. Do I think it has offensive things in it that could possibly cross some lines with certain people, including and possibly myself? Yes. Do I think that the musical numbers are great? Do I think the set designs are great? Do I think that the acting is great? Do I think that even like the interpretation of the actual characters and kind of rectifying who and what they are and understanding the idea of family, I think all that's great. It's just some lines that they cross in the back half. I don't know if I can get over, honestly. And because of that, like, it's more so me judging the script and me judging the purpose of the film. And it's really like up until like the middle of the movie, there's definitely some messed up stuff going on. Very risque and, sensual in nature. But this, for me, crossed the line, unfortunately. I'd rest this at a D. I love musicals. And with this one, I think that it's just not something that is for me. But I do appreciate and value the things and the effort that they put into it. And I think that there's definitely something there for some people, for sure. But it's just not for me with this route. But let me know what you think about Dix the Musical. I thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you like, subscribe, hit that bell button. Peace, guys.